My name is Garrett McNamara. I'm an extreme waterman. Traveled the world chasing giant waves, and I've been to places like Alaska, surfing glacier waves, Tahiti, where it's really hot, Indonesia, Chile, Portugal. I live here in Hawaii. I've always wanted to use sunscreen because I'm always in the sun, but I've always been afraid of sunscreen because there's so many chemicals in it, and I've always been afraid of getting cancer from the sunscreen itself. So I risk being in the sun without sunscreen for so many, being in the sun without sunscreen for so many years because of the chemicals. And since sunscreen is so new, they don't really know what all these chemicals are actually going to do to you. So in the next few years, there's probably going to be a lot of people getting cancer from the sunscreen itself. And I've been looking everywhere for a sunscreen that was chemical free, and I've finally found one. Raw Elements. It goes on perfect. It feels like I have moisturizer on. It smells good. I can put it in my eyes, doesn't burn. Raw Elements is the only way to go when it comes to sunscreen.
Garrett, tell us a little bit about the conditions that you face in the water, some of the environmental conditions, the harshness of the conditions, and how Raw Elements holds up in those conditions.
Mostly when I'm surfing, or mostly when we're surfing, it's sunny, and you have the sun coming off of the water and from the sun itself, so you get this magnifying reflection, and you have the actual sun, so you get hit from both angles, and it can be just like you can feel your skin frying at times. I've fried my lip off before, and it was like somebody was lighting a lighter on my lip. The conditions that we face are in the sun are second to none, and this is the only sunscreen that I trust for these conditions.
The water conditions, as far as extreme watermen go, the extended sessions, the time that you spend in the water, under turbulent water, moving water, and how that would affect a typical sunscreen and its protection.
On an average session, we're in the water for at least 3 hours, if not up to 6. On a really long day, 8 hours in the water. And most sunscreen comes off, and most sunscreen you can't really apply that well in the water. And with Raw Elements, it stays on a long time, and then you can actually reapply it while you're in the water, which just is, I gotta have it. It's perfect for what I do. And if I can trust Raw Elements, and I can use Raw Elements in the conditions that I face, then anybody could trust it and feel really confident that it will stay on and it will do its job.
As a lifelong champion and experienced extreme waterman, tell us a little bit about your position and our responsibility to protect our oceans and our coral reefs, and why a safe, environmentally safe sunscreen is important.
Everything that I have, my life, it revolves around the ocean, and surfing is my passion, and we have to do everything in our power to keep the oceans clean, so that way we can stay in them. And chemical-free sunscreen is definitely a step in the right direction. Everybody needs to do their part, big or small, whatever it is, and this is one way that you can help keep the ocean clean. Chemical-free sunscreen. The ocean is our church and our playground, and any of you who like to go into the ocean, or you have children and you're putting on sunscreen, all the chemicals in the sunscreen are killing our reefs and polluting our waters, and we should all do our part, and whatever it is, try and help not pollute the ocean so that we can all enjoy it.
Garrett, tell us a little bit about where we are here, and what event could hopefully take place this year that you've been invited to.
We're here at Waimea Bay, where I learned how to surf big waves, and the Eddie Aikau, the Quicksilver Eddie Aikau Invitational is on hold right now until the end of February. So if a big enough swell comes from now until February, we'll be surfing here in Waimea Bay in the Eddie Aikau. My dream. My name's Garrett McNamara, and I ride giant waves for a living. I have enough risk in my life. So when it comes to sunscreen, I don't want any more risks. That's why I use chemical-free raw elements. You should too.